Hey, what is up people? This is SM back again with another video, and in this video I'm going to do the second part of my project, and which is going to be a personal assistant that I'm going to make. Okay, in my previous video I just make the speech recognizer. In my previous video I just made the speech recognizer and the TTS. Okay, now in this video I am going to have some patterns of command and some response. Okay, and then I'm going to tokenize them using NLTK. NLTK means natural language toolkit. Okay, so I will explain it later. Now just simply go along with me. Okay, now first of all I'm going to create a JSON file. Okay, let's say data.json. Okay, now here first of all I'm going to giving it a second bracket. This is the JSON format, and then the objects. Okay, I'm giving it a name as objects. Okay, and then I'm going to have a dictionary. Okay, so for that I'm just adding a third bracket. After that I'm going to add a curly braces, and here I'm going to add three value. First one is going to be tag. Okay, and then sorry guys, my bad, the first one is going to be a tag. Okay, let's say warm up or something like that. After that I'm going to give some patterns. Okay, this patterns is going to be the these patterns is going to be the patterns of command. Okay, which type of command it is going to be. Okay, so basically I just give it a name warm up. I just give it a tag as warm up, and then I'm going to add some pattern. Okay, so guys, pattern. Okay, then I'm going to add a dictionary because I want multiple item. Okay, so wake, ready, get, up. Okay, basically this is the patterns of wake up. Okay, something like that. Now I'm going to give some responses. Okay, sorry guys, my bad. Okay, it is going to be blank because I will handle it later. Okay, now this is the main structure of my JSON file. First one is object, which is going to handle all of the tag, pattern and response, and something like that. Now I'm going to add couple of more file. Okay, now here I'm doing some copy and paste. You can structure it as you want. Just be creative and make it yourself. Now okay, let me explain some of the more codes. This is structure. Let me explain this structure. Okay, the tag name is wiki, and the pattern is tell, no, is, was, did. Actually what it does is tell me about something. Okay, so tell is in that command. Okay, so it is a pattern of a wiki. Okay, then response is okay. If you can have it blank, because you can have it blank or anything you want. I'm just giving it a word. Okay, now if you want, I will explain it later, because most of the responses I give nothing. Okay, most of the responses I give nothing. Oh, you can see because in response in case of response I handle it with a function. Okay, so don't get panic about it. Now go along with me. Okay, now I'm going to load these JSON file in my main project. Okay, so for that I'm going to add a more Python file. I'm going to add a new Python file. Okay, let's say filter data. Okay, now I'm going to split these to the right. Okay, okay, in the filter data file I'm going to okay, first of all I'm going to import the JSON file. Okay, I'm going to import the JSON module, import JSON. After that what I'm going to do is I am going to create a function. Okay, the function is going to be, let's say, filter result, because I am going to filter the pattern, okay, and the tag name. This is going to be a function, and then I will pass an argument. Okay, for now there is no need of any argument, because in third part I'm going to give it an argument called command. Okay, but here I don't need a command for this part. Okay, so now I'm going to create some blank dictionary. Okay, sorry guys, not dictionary. I'm going to create some blank list. Okay, so let's say patterns with tag. Okay, and it is going to be an empty list, and then I'm going to add another empty list called patterns, and then responses. This is going to be complicated, but this is going to be more fast than the other virtual assistant available in YouTube. Okay, patterns, responses, and response tag. Okay, response tag. Sorry guys, my bad. Okay, and then response with tag, and tokenized pattern. Okay, that's enough. And then I'm going to load the JSON file. Okay, so for that let's say object. I'm creating a variable called object, and the object in this variable I'm going to load these JSON file. Okay, so JSON dot loads, and then I'm going to open the file. Here the file name. Okay, and then I'm going to read this using this read method. Okay, that's good. Okay, and let me rename it as objects. Okay, and then I'm going to add couple of for loop. Okay, so for object in objects. Okay, here I'm going to filter this object. Okay, actually I want to load all this stuff. Okay, so I'm going to call this attribute. Okay, using a I'm going to filter these objects. Okay, for object in objects, and then I'm going to add a variable called message for message in object. That means this message variable contains these stuffs. Okay, these are the message. Okay, this message variable, I am replying again. This message variable contains these stuffs. Okay, now I am going to load my patterns list to I am going to load my patterns list with these patterns. Okay, so patterns dot append, what I'm going to add, I'm going to add the messages. Okay, okay, what I'm going to add, I'm going to add the patterns. Okay, these patterns, so I need to filter these from this object. Okay, from this object, and this object contains these stuffs. Okay, so I need to filter pattern from this stuff. Okay, this stuff, I'm saying again, this stuff, this whole stuff is this object, and I'm going to filter this pattern from, okay guys, I'm going to filter this pattern from this object using this message variable, and here I need to pass the pattern attribute. Okay, okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, and I want to add, and I want to load the pattern with tag. Okay, I want to load these lists also, this list also. So pattern with tag dot append, what I going to load? Okay, I'm going to load message, that means the pattern, because I need patterns with tag. I'm going to load patterns and tags. Okay, so first of all I'm going to load the patterns, that means message, and then I'm going to load the tags. Okay, tag. Okay, then I'm going to load the tag. So I need to filter the tag. Okay, using object. Okay, the name of the attribute is tag. Okay, that makes sense. Okay guys, but I need to because lists are not going to be not going to handle 2 items at a time. Okay, so I need if I make them a tuple, then that would make sense. Okay, now my patterns with tag is loaded and the patterns are loaded. Okay, after that I am going to handle the response stuff. Okay, so I'm going to create another for loop for sorry guys, my bad, this for loop is going to be here. Okay, for resp in responses, and I need to filter the response. Okay, here I need to filter the response for resp in sorry guys, my bad, it is going to be object, and then I'm going to filter the response. Okay, I hope so, response, and then I'm going to load the responses list with response. Okay, after that I'm going to load the response with tag. Okay, responses with tag dot append, and again it is going to be a tuple. If you want to load 2 item for a item sorry guys, that is that sounds complicated, but if you want to load 2 item in a list for 1 item, then you must make it a tuple. Okay, you must make it 2 items a tuple. Okay, that is that looks good. Okay, so I am going to give it another parenthesis, and then I'm going to load the tag and response. Okay, response, and then I'm going to load the tag. Okay, so tag where I need to filter the tag, so I need to filter it from object, and the attribute name, it is tag. Okay, that's how it's done. Now I'm going to tokenize the patterns. Okay, these patterns. Okay, so for token in patterns, token will be, okay, I need to import the NLTK module. Okay, import NLTK. Okay, NLTK is natural language toolkit. You can Google it, and you can you maybe have a problem installing the module or using the module. Just simply Google it, you can fix it, and then come back to this project. Okay, or if you face any kind of problem importing this module or installing this module, then simply let me know in the comment section. I will help you. Okay, so token equal, okay, so I need to import something from NLTK. I did a mistake. From NLTK import, oh, sorry guys, my bad, import what tokenize. Okay, so I'm going to tokenize this. I'm going to tokenize this token. Okay, okay, and then I'm going to load this tokenized pattern. Okay, tokenized pattern dot append. Okay, I'm going to load this with these tokens. Okay, now I'm going to print these tokenized pattern. Okay, so tokenized pattern, I need a comma. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to call my function filter results, and then I'm going to run this. Okay guys, we got an error. Okay, key error pattern. Okay, I'm using pattern, but here we can see this is patterns. Okay, patterns, but I missed an S. Okay, now I'm going to rerun my program. Okay guys, here we got all the tokenized pattern. Okay, all the tokenized pattern. Okay, okay guys, that's for today's video. In my next video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to connect these pattern. Okay, how I am going to connect this Python file to my main.py file. Okay, I just tokenized these patterns, and then I'm going to connect it to my main.py file. Okay, that's for today's video. Keep watching. Goodbye.